The development following Inuoka's realization concerning his co-workers was interesting to watch, to say the least, but none less pleasant. The long shifts ended abruptly. Inuoka's head no longer hurt as much, and he seemed much livelier than in the last month or so. Shibayama said it was the least to expect since he was finally getting the rest he needed, but Kugure still thought it was a small miracle. Also, they finally went out for the promised dinner yesterday. The ramen was delicious, and Inuoka did everything he had seen in his eyes. Shibayama's words, not his. Even before Kugure had a chance to say anything. Almost as if all the warmth and love returned into their relationship. Not that he didn't feel loved as of lately, but the difference was jarring. Important is that he's not risking his health anymore. He shivered a little with the reminder, glad they managed to step in before it was too late. The image of Inuoka collapsing in front of him was still firmly engraved into his mind, and just thinking about it happening again, potentially with even worse consequences, made his chest constrict. I guess that's how they feel when I don't tell them about my pain. He had known that for a while already. He knew he could share his issues without getting ridiculed or dismissed. And yet, things were more difficult than that. The challenge might be a good first step. He didn't like bringing up his build in front of his boyfriends. Sure, they never said anything bad about his body when they got more intimate, but that didn't mean they didn't have a certain picture in their heads. And when that was broken, bad things usually followed. He shook his head to chase that thought away and, ignoring the urge to look into the mirror, slowly limped into the living room where he supposed Inuoka would be right now. Sure enough, he found him tapping something into the laptop, his face brightening with a smile when he spotted him. Hey, already awake? Yes, I couldn't sleep that well today. Aw, come here then. He opened his arms, wrapping them around Kugure's waist immediately after he sat on his lap. Kugure let himself get snuggled, craving the gentle touch like never in his life, and only jumped when Inuoka squished his side. What? Did that tickle? No, it's fine. He wasn't ticklish, no matter how much Inuoka wanted to believe he was lying. But the fact was, no one should be able to squish anything on his body. Not when he tried so hard to keep himself in shape in a, perhaps misguided, hope that he could play volleyball again someday. At least that was the case until his broken ankle stole the ability to run from him. Inuoka's grin fell instantly, worry visible in his eyes as he cradled Kugure's cheeks. What's wrong? Did I hurt you? I'm sorry, I didn't want that. No, I'm fine, really. You don't jump unless something's wrong. I can't make it better if I don't know what I did. Kugure sighed, mentally berating himself for worrying Inuoka again, so soon after he finally started resting properly. It's just... Do you mind I gained weight? Inuoka furrowed his brow, his eyes quickly scanning Kugure's body before returning to meet his gaze, rather confused. Gained weight? Where? And why would I mind? You said I'm pretty when we... you know. But you always do that when touching my stomach and sides, and I can't keep it up now, so I felt maybe you changed your mind. Chills rushed through his body as he said it out loud, suddenly aware just how much a positive answer scared him. He was heavy already, even without the added weight, and the fixation his boyfriend seemed to have on his body was clear too. He just learned that he could enjoy being intimate with his partners, and now... He didn't finish that thought as the gentlest of kisses landed on his lips, followed by a light pinch to his chin. I would never change my mind. Just because I love your body now doesn't mean I wouldn't love it if you were a bit more squishy. Or that I wouldn't love you. He pulled him closer, snuggling deep into Kuguri's neck. You are the prettiest person I know, and nothing can change that, okay? And besides, I love you because of who you are, not how you look. That's just an added bonus. Feeling his cheeks heating up, Kuguri hummed quietly, but inside, his mind buzzed, trying to sort his feelings and thoughts. Apparently, Inuoka could feel that as well, the soft smile he gave him making Kuguri's heart skip a beat. I know I hadn't showed it to you enough lately, but there's nothing that would make me stop loving you. So don't worry about gained weight or anything like that. Choked by the feelings crashing into him with Inuoka's words, Kuguri just nodded and let himself get pulled back into a hug. His heart beating so fast he was sure it had to break out of his ribcage any second. But Inuoka held him together, all complete, just like he always did. I'll remember that. Hearing Inuoka talk so sincerely about his feelings did miracles on Kuguri's mind, and even the prospect of facing Shibayama with the same question didn't seem as scary anymore. He just wished he wouldn't have to make his boyfriends remind him all the time. Although, at the same time, things could change rapidly, especially since they were stuck with someone like him. He knew the two loved him, if only because they told him multiple times in just the last month. But the words Shibayama said a while ago still stuck with him. Nothing is easy with you. That was the case, wasn't it? No matter what he did. He always made things difficult. What's that sad face for? He jumped, startled by the gentle voice behind him. Shibayama gave him an apologetic smile before draping himself over his shoulders. Sorry. It's okay, I should have paid attention. Letting out a shaky sigh, he carefully leaned back against Shibayama's body, earning himself a soft, perhaps even pleased hum. You were overthinking again, weren't you? It wasn't a question, and Kuguri found it impossible to lie, even though he really wanted to. I suppose. About what? What? Figured. He nuzzled deep into Kuguri's neck, for a moment tightening his embrace before he circled the chair and settled on Kuguri's lap. He was worried. Kuguri didn't have to be a mind reader to know that. The way he looked at him, cradled his cheek. There was this sort of suppressed urgency that always appeared when he tried to pry answers from him without actually forcing him to talk. Nothing is easy with you. What's wrong? So sad the date went well. Did he lie to me? No, it was nice, really. It's not about that. Then what is? Kuguri's chest constricted, his voice betraying him the moment he wanted to admit the truth, and Shibayama's face fell. Please tell me. I know I wasn't the best listener before, but I swear I'm listening to you. I won't leave you alone again, I promise. Stunned by the desperarizing Yuki's voice, Kugure took a leap and pulled him a bit closer, instinctively hiding his face in his shoulder. Shibayama's arms were around him immediately, the gentle fingers playing with his hair, giving him the push he needed. Would you like me less if I gained weight? He didn't get much time to care about the different formulation of the question, the speed with which Shibayama shook his head surprising him. Never. Nothing physical would make me love you less, let alone something so superficial as weight. Kugure paused. Something emotional might? There was a longer pause this time. I guess there are a few things, but I'm pretty sure you aren't capable of doing any of them. You are too kind for that. So, really, there's nothing that would make me fall out of love with you. It was supposed to be reassuring, and in a way it really was. But being pretty sure didn't equal certainty. Before he could spiral though, Shibayama kissed the top of his head, clinging to him with the same urge Kugure saw in his eyes before. Was that why you were so down? Because you think we won't love you if your body changes? It happens sometimes, and I don't have much more going on for me. That's not true. I know we said we fell for you because you are stunning, but that doesn't mean we only see your face and not all this stuff worth loving under it as well. He pulled away a little, sending shiver down Kugure's spine when he cradled his face in his palms. The only change that could make us leave would be if you lost that kind soul of yours. That's the main reason we are with you. Kind soul. Was that really something capable of making him worth it in their eyes? Worth their time, the effort, their love? He hid his face in Shibayama's shoulder again, unable to hold his emotions in check anymore. There were no tears stinging in his eyes, but the tightness around his heart was treacherous enough to make him hide. Shibayama seemed to understand and let him lean on him, just sitting quietly while drawing small patterns into his back. I'm sorry. You have nothing to be sorry for. It's our fault we aren't making you feel more secure. That's not... Shh. I know you didn't mean that, but it's a fact. We should be making you feel safe with us. Safe enough you wouldn't be afraid to tell us what troubles you. I do, but not always. He sighed deeply then, hugging him tighter. I'm sorry, darling. We'll do better, I promise. You already do so much. You have no idea. But when he wanted to say it out loud, his voice once again failed him, just like always when he wanted to return the love he was given. And so he just snuggled closer, hoping to convey his feelings that way. And judging by Shibayama doing the same and the kisses landing on his temple, he managed at least that much, the gentle touch helping him ignore the all too familiar dull ache spreading through his abdomen.